Hello! Welcome back to It's What I Do. Thought I'd give you a little update on how I'm doing with the auto feeder. I've had a few issues, to be honest. Now I don't know whether these issues are because of the auto feeder or whether something else was wrong or what. Excuse me. Let me just spin you around and show you the fish first. Bear with me. There you go, there's the fish, they're all doing okay. The pond's a little bit full at the minute. I don't like it being this full, because what tends to happen is you put food in the, or food comes out of the feeder and goes into there, and the fish in their eagerness push it over the side into the trough when the water's this high. And then what happens is, in amongst all the plant around there, you get loads of manky food that you've got to try and get out. I mean, you might be able to see some over there, I don't know. There's some in front of the basket there. And ideally you'd like to be able to use like a hoover to suck it out, but my vacuum is that powerful, you just couldn't do that. It's too powerful for pulling stuff out like that. So what I really need is like a low powered vacuum that's just going to move a little bit of water so I can just suck out the odd pieces. So I need to figure out a way of doing that. I don't think there's anything on the market I can buy that will do that. So if any of you know of anything out there that would work like that as a low volume vacuum, that I could use for getting bits out like that, let me know down in the description down below. Sorry, in the description. Description for me, you plonker. In the comments down below. Yeah, if you know of anything, just bung it in the comments down below. That would be appreciated. Right, problems I've had with the feeder. There's two things. What happened? I had the damaged scale, or the infected scale on Old Blue, the Shisui, that I had to treat, and I had to remove that scale. Now, as an after treatment of that, I put in a dose of Virkon, just to make sure that there was no sort of secondary infections or anything else like that. And yeah, no problems whatsoever, didn't have any issues. Then I fitted the auto feeder, and I set it up initially for a feed at 7 o'clock in the morning, one at 10 o'clock in the morning, then one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and one at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And I let it run like that for a little while, and when I come down to the pond sort of midday, I was giving them some treats like the mealworms or the silkworm larvae, and I checked the water, and I had quite a massive ammonia spike. It was up to one part per million, which it never ever usually is. So I thought about it, and what I think was happening, where I was feeding the fish sort of once or twice a day, but they was getting a really big feed, what would happen is you'd get a spike of ammonia just after they'd eaten, but it would then have the rest of the day for the filters to actually catch up with that and sort the ammonia out. Well, by splitting it up into smaller portions but across the whole day, I don't think I was giving the filters a chance to actually clear the ammonia. So it was just sort of constantly sort of just topping it up a little bit each time. And where I'd used the Virkon, I think it had knocked the filters back a little bit. I tested my KH, and my KH had gone down to 0, which like it never does. Normally when it drops to the lowest, it's normally about 2. So I started adding bicarb. I actually ran out of bicarb and had to buy some. So I've put 3 good helpings of bicarb in, and the water is still only sitting at 4, which is a bit odd. But I've just done a water test, and the ammonia is down to virtually nothing. there might be just a slight tinge there, and then the nitrite is 0 as well, so that's good. So that means the filter has actually repaired itself. I have cut out one of the feeds, so it's still getting a 7 o'clock feed, a 10 o'clock feed and a 6 o'clock feed, but I've cut the 3 o'clock in the afternoon one out, and that seems to have helped. So my filters are back to nearly where they should be. My KH is sitting at 5 at the moment. I wanted to try and get it up to about 7 or 8, which is higher than normal, but when you're repairing a filter you need to have that in there, because the as I've said before, the bacteria and the crustaceans that live in the filter systems actually uses KH to build their exoskeletons and such like, which is something a lot of people neglect. They think your KH is just for buffering your pH. Well, it isn't. The actual filters use it as well, and if you go down to 0 on the KH, your filters will struggle. You probably need a lot higher filter system, a lot more filter system than you would if you had a good KH all the time. So yeah, that's where we are with that at the moment. I have just noticed that there's something on Big Mama. She's got a little mark by her tail. I don't know if I get a good enough shot to show it. Bear with me one second. Let's see if we can see it. Can you see the mark just by her tail? Little red mark. Now, that doesn't appear to be a wound. There's like a little lump under it. I don't really want to get her out just yet. I have put some Tamidine on it, just in case it is something that's just irritating the skin and whatnot. So I've put some Tamidine on it, and I want to leave it for a little bit of time just to see whether that has an effect. But if there's no improvement over the next couple of days or so, then I will have to sedate her and take her out and have a good proper look at it, because it could be a parasite or something under the skin. I'm trying to think what parasites would do that. Anchorworm certainly would. There's probably a few others as well, but I know anchorworm would. I do hope I haven't got anchorworm in the pond, because they're arseholes, really are. But we'll keep an eye on it and see how we go. Right, anyhow, it's only going to be a very short video, this. I just wanted to give you an update on what's happening with the auto feeder. Alright, hang on, there you go, it's just feeding. You can see the slow rate it puts out, and it's dead quiet, and I really love that. It's still dropping them. And that's it. That's the amount of food it puts out, which isn't a massive amount. I think that's quite good though. That's on the lowest setting, so you can put out more. If you had more koi in there and you wanted to feed heavily, then that would probably be a little bit too low. Yeah, that's all it does. Right, sorry, lost my train of thought. Where was I? Yeah, I just wanted to give you a little update on how it was working with the auto feeder and the problems that I've had with it. Not actually had any problems at all with the feeder. Feeder's worked fine. It's just the way it's upset my balance in my pond. But it's getting back to normal. As I say, the water tests have just come back pretty good. No problems with them whatsoever. Just that KH I've got an issue with. I might have to just settle for it being at 5 and leave it at that. 5's okay, that will work fine. But I would have liked to have got it up somewhere around about 8 if I could have. But there we go. Right, that's it. I will catch you later. So, bye for now.